Hey guys, this is Intuitive Anthony doing another YouTube video. Now let me stretch for this one, because this one is gonna be good. Okay guys, this is my reaction to African React. I was recommended this. I guess the discussion is about why Africans don't like Black Americans, or why Black Americans don't like Africans. I'm gonna give you the answer. Hey guys, this is Intuitive Anthony doing another YouTube video. Just got off from work. It's my chill time. I got the next 2 days off, and I was recommended this video by a source, and I think that this is the perfect topic to get into. African Reacts was explaining, or attempting to explain, why Africans don't like Black Americans, or why Black Americans don't like Africans. Now, I have been chewing this over all day at work. So before we get into this, guys, please hit the subscribe button down below, guys. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when new content comes available. I got nothing but time on my hands. I got my talking points ready because I'm ready to crack this open. Okay, point number one. Black Americans don't say they're African, so we don't want y'all here. First thing foremost, we are not African. We ran into Africa in 70 AD when our city, Jerusalem, was ransacked. We ran into Africa, and because we would not assimilate with the Africans, we thought we were better than them. But we were told to keep to our own tribe, which is what we did. Africans felt some type of way about that, and even to this day, we don't really associate with them. And that's why they rounded us up and sold us onto those slave ships. That's point number one. This is a little side note, information that may be for the mind that you may not notice. African men don't grow facial hair like this. They may grow some, but it's sporadic. It's not full. It's not coiffed. They don't grow that much hair either. Just a side note, nothing in there, but next time you notice Africans, notice the differences. We're not the same people. Everybody that is white is not Irish, and everybody black is not African. The gentleman spoke about a love-hate relationship between Africans and Black Americans. There's no love-hate relationship. There's no love, period. All of those people who had, all of those nations that had a part in the transatlantic slave trade, all have to be judged for what they did. And Africans were the ones who rounded us up and brought us to the point of no return. The gateway where the ships were that led us into slavery all over the world. So they got dirty hands. And what do they do to this day? Put a black face in front of you to peddle their nonsense so that you'll be easier to accept it because it's coming from a black face. Look at what Oprah did with Michael Jackson when they tried to get you to believe that Leaving Neverland crap. They put a black face in front of you. When Kobe Bryant passed away with his child, immediately what the Jewish counterparts do is put a person of our own ethnicity in front of us to push their agendas and ideals out of their mouth, because some people are a whore for a dollar, and black people have been impoverished for so long that they're willing to forsake any moral compass or do anything if they have nothing to believe in just to make money for their own pockets. It's the same thing. There's nothing new under the sun. What was done before is still being done now. It's just that now some black people, not all of them, not as many as I want, have woken up to the truth. Some are still asleep. But to a woke black person in America, no. There's no love-hate relationship. There's only disgust and disdain on our part for what they did. They allowed an outsider to come in and allow you to enslave a people that looks like you. We look more your skin tone than they did. But you have no love for us, so we don't love you. No, we don't. We don't. And I'm sorry. Whatever happens to you happens. There's no, like the same way you didn't care about what happened to us when we got on those ships, we don't care about what happens to you now. Sorry. What goes around comes around. There's no more kumbaya, no more holding hands, no more we shall overcome. No, it is what it is. So there's no love-hate dynamic. It's only disdain and disgust. There's nothing you can say, no spin you can put on it. There's none of that. None of that. Actions speak louder than words. And you proved to us who you were and how you behaved that time. So even when you still come over to America, you have this I'm better than you attitude. You call us garbage and trash. No, you're right. You know why you call us garbage and trash? Because we were chosen by God. We were God's chosen people. And remember, Africa and all of y'all were with the Anunnaki, the fallen angels, children of the fallen angels. And because of that atrocity and the things that you have done, that land was cursed and will never be great again. Read it in your Bible. And it's not going to be great again. I'm sorry. There's no tears left in these eyes for any other nations, any other nations. I'm worried about my people and my people alone. And if they can't get with the program and find a way to move forward and learn from previous mistakes, then they're still asleep and they're not counting. Because 2/3 of our own people have to be destroyed because they refuse to wake up. There's no way you could stand in front of the Creator and say you did not know. Because either whether you're watching YouTube or looking online, the same way you can post a selfie on Instagram or any one of those apps, you can go on Google and find out who you really are. There's an abundance of information if you choose to see it. But faith without works is dead. And Africans, we are not African. As I was saying before, we are Hebrew Israelites. We ran out of Jerusalem when it was ransacked in 70 AD and ran into West Africa. That bridge between, that waterway between Africa and Jerusalem was man-made by the Jewish people who bought the ships that sold us into slavery so that they could separate Africa from Jerusalem, which is our land. We are not your people. We have never been your people. Because if that's the case, you wouldn't have rounded us up and sold us into slavery. Why would you sell your own people? We just didn't want to mess with you. We have no affiliation, no ties to you back then. And you felt some type of way about it, so you sold us off. But to this day, we still don't mess with you because you are not our people. And that African treachery is why we don't care about you. And we don't care about any of the other nations that benefited off of our backs and our ancestors' backs. Because what is done to the sins of the father are visited upon by the son. Now, we may have not in this current time lived in slavery, but that bloodline still passes on. So there's certain things that trigger us. And you can look at stories and images of slavery and not care. Just like we can look at you in your state and your destitution and whatever problems you got and not care either. Sorry. And I'm not going to apologize because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You laid down with dogs and got into a wicked situation with these other nations to enslave a set of people. You lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. That's all there is to it. And there's no more tears, no more crying, no more trying to hold hands, no more spreading the love because we did that for years and it got us nowhere. So let's try it a little different. The betrayal that the African people did to the people of their own skin tone who just so happened to not be their nation, which was just basically neighbors. The betrayal that was done to us is the same thing Judas did to Jesus. And just like it says in the Bible, it would be better if Judas was never born. You got to drink from the same cup of the treachery that you performed. And I'm sorry, we're not holding hands with everybody. Because the same way everybody black is not your people. You got to look at the mindset of the person. And right now, we're in that time before the harvest where the wheats are being separated from the tares. What you have in your heart will manifest itself one way or the other. And people will get a chance to see you because everybody's mask is falling. Their true nature is coming out because now it's every man for themselves. I'm sorry. If you think that you could just do wrong and get away with it, if we had to pay for the sins of our forefathers, why the hell don't you? What goes around comes around. And personally, my personal feelings, I feel like the Africans are going to go down with the ship of all these other nations that had malicious intent way back then. You're going to go down with the same ship, the same slave ship you put us on. So, no. That point of no return, that's the way we feel in our hearts. The point of no return. Now, and everything that goes up must come down. There's a balance to everything. All the nations involved can get these hands, can get these words out of my mouth. I don't care. I'm not trying to please everybody. I'm not trying to hold hands with everybody. I will work and function as I need to take care of what's important to me. But as far as me worrying about if somebody likes me, that ship has long sailed. Maybe it's because I'm into my 40s, and when you get into your 40s, you know who you are and what you will and will not tolerate. But all of those nations involved in that wickedness have got to get what they deserve. And it's basically, the Africans, fool me once, shame on you, but if we ever allow you to get close to us again, that leaves room for you to try the second time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And it's not happening. Now, there may be some weak ones out there that still want to hold hands with everybody while you hiding a knife behind your back with the other hand. No, we got what we need. And anybody still looking for more evidence that refuses to accept the truth. That affiliation with the Anunnaki. That's why if you look in books in the past, that is the seed of Ham, but not the Negroes, which is who we are. We are not the seed of Ham, and Africa's land was cursed. They were a cursed people, which is why vegetation and life and the destitute situation over there. And I'm sorry, there's no tears in this eye, in these eyes, for any of it. Now, you had your hand to play in it too. Now, so this whole hands kumbaya, we tried that for hundreds of years. It didn't work. So I'm just trying to give y'all an idea of where the mindset of these new people, of this waking up of the Israelite people, where we're at. Now, you still got some out there, and they may be Israelite, but they've been drinking, they've been drunk on the wine for too long, and they refuse to wake up even when there's evidence that you should. Those can't be helped, because 2/3 of them have to be destroyed. And that right now we're separating the wheat from the tares. You know a leopard by its spots. And the nation of Africa got to pay for what they did too. So when they talk about our history, they look at it like they had no part in it. No, if it weren't for y'all, we wouldn't have been rounded up the way we were. You were the first line of defense for them. So you got to get the same thing they got. You got to get the same thing they got. And the reason why all the other nations hated us, because we were chosen to be God's people above all other nations. So they came together and worked together to enslave God's people. Not because they hated us, because they hated him who chose us, God himself. Okay, guys, these were some points I wanted to talk about. I just had to, and I've been thinking about this all day, guys. Before we end this video, guys, hit the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified with more content. Guys, if you have any recommendations for content coming up, please put them down in the comment section. I check my comments, guys. And I'll be back with more content very, very soon, guys. And until I talk to you again, guys, this is Intuitive Anthony, guys. Peace.